Hello everyone, and welcome to day number 31 of your daily Chafetz Chaim. Today we continue with the second chapter of the laws of Lashon Hara. In halacha number 3, the Chafetz Chaim says there is an opinion which holds that should a person say Lashon Hara in front of 3 people, while he has certainly violated the prohibition of Lashon Hara, those 3 people would not be forbidden to spread that information further. And the reason for this is because the Torah considers anything which has already been heard by 3 people to being on its way to becoming public, and Lashon Hara is not applicable to something which is public knowledge. Now, the Chafetz Chaim does say, however, that this leniency only applies if it happens to come up in conversation as part of something else, then you can mention what you heard. However, you would not be allowed to specifically go and spread that information. Initially, that would not be allowed, even according to this opinion. And the Chafetz Chaim adds that it doesn't make a difference if you mention the name of the person who originally spoke that Lashon Hara to you or not. Either way, that does not affect the halacha. Halacha number 4. Even that which has been permitted by this opinion when being said in front of 3 people, that is only true for those 3 people, that they are allowed to then go and share that information. However, the people who hear the information from those 3 people are not allowed to continue to spread it any further than that. And the reason, explains the Chafetz Chaim, is because in order for the last person to go and share that information further, that means he needs to believe 2 things. Number 1, that it was said, and number 2, that it was said in front of 3 people. So if the person doesn't know at all that it was said, then he's not allowed to believe that it was ever said in the first place. Even though one of these 3 people is telling him that it was said, he's not allowed to believe that Lashon Hara was said. That would be believing Lashon Hara itself. And therefore, he would certainly not be allowed to share that information further because he can't believe it in the first place. And even, explains the Chafetz Chaim, if he does know that information, he does know that that person said something, but he doesn't know that it was said in front of 3 people, he is not allowed to rely on the person who's telling him that it was said in front of 3 people in order to spread it further, and therefore the halacha remains that anybody beyond those first 3 people is not allowed to go and share that information any further.